This video is brought to you by America First Insight. Help support the growing conservative movement by becoming a member today. And if you want to support this channel, you can also use the code REAL when becoming a member. Thank you and enjoy the video. As most of you probably know, there is a critical must-win special election coming up in the great state of Tennessee, as Tennessee's 7th Congressional District right now is currently vacant. And theoretically, in this special election, Republicans should win this seat easily. We're talking about a Trump plus 22 seat, not Trump plus 1, plus 5, not even a Democrat seat. We're talking about Trump plus 22. This should be safe Republican, even in a Democrat environment, even if it swings 10 points to the left, it should be a big victory for the GOP. Well, we just got a brand new poll from Emerson College, and it is looking bad for the Republicans. Look at this. The Republican right now, Matt Van Epps, is up by only 2 points. Yeah, not 10, not 15, not 20. He's up by 2.5. And it's not like he's at 40% and the Democrat is at 38%, and that's why there's a lot of undecideds. No, both are in the high 40s right now. The Republicans have 49% and the Democrats have 47%. This is pathetic. Listen, we kind of expected Republicans to underperform this for 2 reasons. One, this is a special election, and Democrats, everybody knows this by now, but for those that don't, they are now the party of low turnout. They want the turnout to be garbage, because the less people that vote, the more Democrat the environment is. So already, that's an advantage for them. This is a special election. You will have lower turnout than most elections. And on top of that, with what happened in Virginia and New Jersey a couple of weeks ago, it is clear as of now that we are in a more Democrat-friendly environment. But to be fair, those races in Virginia and New Jersey, they were a bit misleading. You had some bizarre stuff happen with a shutdown. So yeah, those were a bit misleading. But still, it's clear that right now, yeah, there is a Democrat wave building for 2026, and especially right now. This is the most Democrat it probably will get. So yeah, we were expecting this race to be a bit closer, but really, within 2.5 points, against one of the weakest Democrats can run against. For those that don't know, the Democrat literally said, I hate the city I represent. I want to abolish jails. I want to get rid of prisons. All this other stuff. I'm not even joking. She said this crap. Yet she has a serious chance of winning, and she's at 47%. Really? That is bad. And I believe this was a Trump plus 13 sample, so they probably understated Trump's support a little bit here. But still, you look at his job approval, it's -2 in a Trump plus 13 sample, which is a 15-point shift to the left. That is bad. There's a lot of indicators showing Republicans right now, they're going to probably underperform big time, which is strange because you look at the early voting, it's not that bad for Republicans. Yeah, in some areas it is more Democrat friendly, but you look at the numbers right now, the Republican areas, they're keeping up with turnout. The very Republican areas, yeah, they're down a little bit, but so are some Democrat areas, and a good chunk of the more Republican-leaning parts, they're voting at high rates. So this is not good, because if it was turnout, that's one thing, but right now it's not. And you could argue maybe this is proof they're understanding Republicans a bit, sure, but he should not be up by 2 in a Trump plus 13 environment. He should be up by 5 points, 6 points, which, again, that would still be bad because it's still a 5-point shift, but still, that's at least slightly better. But you're doing this much worse than Trump? And you look at the issues, and it's clear why Republicans are struggling. The number 1 issue, the economy. Number 2, housing affordability. 3, threat to democracy. 4, healthcare. Of these issues, you can't point to one that favors the GOP right now. Now, you could argue that with Trump being more focused on housing affordability and the economy, it might have gotten a bit better. And there's been some polls that actually show that Republicans have taken a lead on these issues in some areas, but it's not the leads they used to have 10 years ago or even a year ago. They're leading by almost a point. And these other issues like threat to democracy, These are very Democrat-friendly issues. Same with healthcare, though. It is changing with the fight over subsidies. We'll see what happens. But these issues, it is clear these are not friendly to the Republicans at all. And that's the reason that we're struggling here. The Republicans are doing so bad on the economy, housing affordability, healthcare, that these are the three issues people care about. And you're not winning a single one of them? It's the same thing that happened back in 2024. Democrats, they ran on the one issue or two issues that no one gives a shit about, like abortion and God knows what. But the issues that people cared about, the economy, inflation, housing affordability, immigration, etc., they all broke for the GOP by 50 points or whatever. That's the difference. Now it's kind of flipping. And that's why you're seeing a R+20 seat potentially go Democrat. Now, to be fair to Trump, it's not just Trump's doing. Yes, his approval is low, but again, you could argue, well, the turnout's actually showing a good sign for the GOP, and maybe it's a bit misleading. This is a congressional district poll, so these type of polls, they're not generic ballot ones. These polls can be very inaccurate because for whatever reason, they just usually suck. So you could argue that. But still, this is not good. You cannot say, well, it's a good thing we're up by 2. If this was R+5, sure, that's one thing. We're talking about R+20, and you're doing 15 to 20 points worse than Trump just in a year? In blood red Tennessee? Really? In a part of the state that really isn't shifting that Democrat? That's not a good combination at all. But, as I was saying, it's not just because of Trump. And I decided to include this in this video because I think it fits well with why Republicans, they're struggling so badly. It's not just Trump, who, yes, we've had some issues with him, but really, you could argue the number one reason people are so pissed off with this administration right now is Congress. They have not done a damn thing except for the big, beautiful bill and like 1 or 2 DOGE cuts, which they were good, sure. But guys, it's been what, 11 months? And you've passed nothing of note. You passed nothing. You got nothing through. And the stuff you did get through, Trump had to pull teeth to just get anything done. And now it's being reported that people like Don Bacon, they may resign because Trump is telling them to do stuff. You can't make this up. These morons are elected to represent the people, and they're mad that their voters are telling them to do their damn jobs. It's the reason why Republicans are doing so badly. The number one reason, I would argue. Yes, you got the economy. Yes, you got other issues like that. But really, people are just fed up with the bullshit that Republicans in Congress say or do. Oh, we can't do this or that because principles. Meanwhile, Democrats, the second they take back the Senate, the filibuster's gone. They're going to nuke that into oblivion. It's gone. They're going to pass whatever the hell they want. Republicans, meanwhile, they're more focused on getting likes, clicks, whatever on Twitter, and starting these nonsensical beefs with, like, Tucker Carlson. I'm not even joking, by the way. Look at Ted Cruz. He's been going on and on and on for the past month about Tucker Carlson and like, other people. It's just stupid. It is nonsense. They just keep going on and on about it. And that's a big reason why people, they're just done. They're done putting up with this crap because it's clear Ted Cruz, he won't impeach any of these judges, but he has all the time in the world to attack Tucker Carlson for the dumbest of reasons. And there's actually a perfect example of this happening as I speak. For those that don't know, MTG, she is leaving the House in January, which good. About time she gets out of there. She was going to be a nuisance for the rest of the term. She was going to be a disaster. So yeah, she's resigning early. Good. Well, it started with Cernovich, who I know people are not the biggest fan of him, but he brought up a good point that, hey, you were elected to serve the people of Northern Georgia. So you should serve out the rest of your term. And that's a valid point. Like, why should you resign a day after you are eligible for the pension? Funny how that works, by the way. But it's like, okay, whatever. It's a random thing. Who cares? Well, MTG responded with this. Oh, I haven't suffered enough for you while you post all day behind a screen. Do I have to stay until I'm assassinated like our friend Charlie Kirk? Will that be good enough for you then? Shit posted on the internet all day isn't fighting. Get off your ass and run for Congress. I fought harder than anyone in the real arena, not social media. Put down your little pebbles and put your money where your mouth is. This is a sitting congresswoman that said this, by the way. Over Cernovich saying, hey, maybe you should serve out the rest of your term. Like, just common sense, like, yeah. Maybe the voters in northern Georgia, who still like you, by the way, they want you to serve. But no, she had to throw a hissy fit, and it got even worse. This tweet right here is what pissed everybody off. Even the most pro-MTG people out there, they were like, wait, she actually said this? And yes, this is the official Twitter account for MTG. This is real. And she said, and this is not fake, typical of Republican men telling a woman to shut up to get back in the kitchen and fix you something to eat. Fuck you in the sweetest, most southern drawl. I've been trying to tell all you quote-unquote men that our kitchen pantry is empty with spider webs, our house has been ransacked, the windows and doors are broken and busted, and the greedy rich bastards have twisted your minds into a sick state that you all continue into the two-party toxic political system that acts like college football playoffs, yet is burying you and your children and their children and their children in a pine box in a shallow grave. Get off your ass and fix your own damn food and clean up the kitchen when you're done. Yeah. This is what she said. I don't care who you are, and I'm not even a fan of Cernovich, by the way. Like, Cernovich is fine or whatever, but I'm not the biggest fan of him. Why would you say this about somebody that has millions of followers or whatever, like hundreds of thousands? It doesn't matter. This is a big name on the right, a big voice on the right, has a lot of influence, a lot of people like him, and she's just telling everybody like that, not just Cernovich, but anybody that questioned this, that's her response. Fuck you. Fuck you, you suck. This shit right here is why people don't like the Republican Party. Even MTG, who all these people loved, by the way, now they're realizing, oh, that's not good. Seriously, how can you be a sitting congresswoman in your final month and a half and you're spending your time with this? I wonder why Republicans lose. It's as if even the most MAGA or quote-unquote MAGA America First Republicans out there, like MTG, are still kind of scumbags. Not all of them, of course, but people like MTG, who a lot of people loved, by the way, just a couple months ago, she's acting like this on her way out. It's stuff like this that pisses a lot of people off. And you wonder why you can't win without Trump. I wonder why. It's just pathetic, and she kept going on. And it's weird. She's basically implying that if you question her in any way, you're wanting her to die. I'm not even joking. Look what she said here. So your support is telling me to stay in there until I'm murdered and keep fighting the broken system that can't be fixed. Yeah. She's just implying that, well, it can't be fixed anyways. Just give up on it. Just give up on it. But oh yeah, by the way, you want me to stand there? That means you want me killed. This is insane. And this is a big voice on the right. This ain't some random backbencher congressman or woman that no one ever heard about 5 minutes ago. This is MTG. And even her own supporters are realizing this is not the same MTG from 5 years ago. She's lost it. It's just insane. This is utter insanity to see stuff like this. It pisses people off because how do you think the average Republican is gonna receive this? Do you think they're gonna say, yeah, we support what you said? Maybe Liz Cheney does. Maybe Adam Kissinatz or something. But do you think the average Trump supporter would say hell yes to this? No. This is absurd. You don't have to like Trump. Fine, you have your dispute with Trump, whatever. But to attack somebody with this much influence like Cernovich for saying, hey, we want you to serve your entire term. Really? How is this any different from the average Democrat, by the way? The average Democrat in the House and Senate, they say the same crap. And many of the worst Republicans out there, they say the same stuff as well. You're a sexist or a racist if you question me. It's just, what are we doing here? And this is supposed to be one of the better Republicans who's on her way out, and this is how she treats everybody? Just giving everybody the middle finger, people that supported her for years, because the orange man is bad. This is why Republicans, they gotta wake up. They have to deal with this crap now. They have to fix their messaging and stop crap like this. These nonsensical beefs on Twitter or whatever, it does nobody any good. It just pisses everybody off, makes people less likely to support you, and that's probably why MTG did this. She knows she's done, so it's like, screw the Republican Party. I want them to lose. Man, it's sad. But anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, and of course, join the channel today. Godspeed to all of you.